Dun, da, 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 da. La, da, 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 da. Dun, da, 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 da. Dun, da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Dun, da, da, da. Dun, 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 da, 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 dun, dun, da, 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 da. All right, we find ourselves again on Monday with La Modding Monday. What's going on, guys? Hello, hello, hello. I thought my phone was vibrating. In fact, it was just Kaupen humming. Yes! That's pretty good, though. That's pretty good. Finally modding. What is this? Not just another chatting stream. Listen, okay? Miracles may still happen, okay? Miracles may still happen. I counted the blue cores for you. All right, how many green cores were there as well? Tell me that one. Oh, you didn't count those, did ya? Oh, yikes. Well, until next time, I guess. Hello, hello. Pretty good. Listen, it happens, you know? It can happen. Yeah, we may or may not today actually open IntelliJ again. I know it sounds crazy. Like, actually write code in there. I know it sounds crazy, but it could happen. It could very well happen. I could pull a number out of the deep dark place and you'd be none the wiser. That's true. You're right on that one. Kuko reached 3 stream streak. I don't even know that that was a thing that you could like post in chat. But also, let's go. I didn't know that that was a thing that gets posted in chat. I wonder if I can like hook into this. You know, you have like a flame and then it's like, wait, so IntelliJ is used for coding? It can be. It can be. Thank you for your tutorial. It's been extremely helpful so far. Awesome to hear, man. Awesome to hear. I thought it was a JSON editor. I love from time to time, we still get people who are like, why do I need this IntelliJ? Can I not just use Notepad++ for making a mod? And I'm just like, brother, like, where are we at? Like, what is this, man? Like, why? What are we doing? Genuinely, what are we doing? I just don't get it. I just really don't get it. But maybe. I don't know. People use Vim. Listen, okay? If you use Vim, you don't need my tutorials. That's I'm gonna be real. Like, that's my opinion on the matter. If you're using Vim, then you don't need my tutorials. I mean, maybe you do, because like sometimes you just also don't know a certain thing. Not like you just know everything all of a sudden, you know. Hello, hello. Dang, I'm late. Well, you know, in university it's called the academic 15 minutes, which means that you can be 15 minutes late. And the reason why it's called that is because even though on the calendar it says things start at 4 p.m., it starts at 4:15. I genuinely don't know why that is the case, but yeah. What did I miss? I wasn't the one to depress you? No, never. What do you mean, will I finally do modding? Because like the last 18 modding Mondays, might be a little bit of an exaggeration, I haven't done anything, okay? I have not done a single piece of code. You need a computer to code? I've just been doing it on paper. Man, that's a rough one. I have to go every day to the mine, get some cobalt, get some silicon, and like actually make a computer out of scratch in order to program. It's a rough process. You know, that's why I gotta wake up at 2 a.m. It's not easy, man. But you know, it is what it is. Like, it happens. It happens. By the way, just to absolutely, do you actually know how a computer is made? Like, I mean, obviously, but like how there's like so many different things that are going in there. It's insane, okay? I've just recently heard in order to make the fucking the silicon sheets and stuff like that, you need to like do things that are insane. Okay, you need to make like a vacuum chamber and like pull material science, bro. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. It involves clean rooms. Yeah, it's insane is what it is. It's crazy. Archalolo. Like, it's actually ridiculous. How much it takes to make like a simple computer is crazy. Greg Tech mentioned. Yes! Basically, making a computer is real life Greg Tech. Think about that, okay? So if you don't know what you want to do in your life and you're a fan of Greg Tech, maybe consider studying material science. You know, because at that point, you're going to have a lot of different things to make. So, I don't know. I'm just saying. Could be worth it, right? That reminds me. I tried to implement mini message, aka the Adventure API into Fabric, but it does not work. Well, do you or someone know how to fix it? I have no idea. You should watch JDH. He literally did this. JDH. I believe this is the person that you have sent to me before. I made a whole graphics card for it. Listen, okay? Let's not. With a single company making the machines that print the design chips, nothing could go wrong. Yeah, you mean the one that's on an island, very next to a very big neighbor with a very big army that's not gonna invade at all. You mean that company? What could possibly go wrong? I don't know, man. I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay, I couldn't even imagine that that's a bad idea. But you know what? You know what's a good idea? You know what's a good idea? This is a good idea. Wow, just so good, man. Also look at the, oh my gosh, the green. Okay. Post. You talking about Taiwan? I would never do such a thing. I wouldn't even come close to it. Hydrate, sure. Convincing rocks for the thing for us. True, true. My good stuff. Thank you. Buys the machines from ASML. Yeah, and that's in the Netherlands, am I right? Is it in the part of the Netherlands that should be underwater? Because that's 2 points of failure at this point. I'm just saying. Okay, I'm just saying. Oh, you shouldn't watch anything. It was supposed to be a thing that was told to me. Hey, Calvin, now that the first obfuscation snapshot is out, can you tell how to mod it without a mod loader? Okay. See, this is why I made my this is literally why I made my video. That doesn't mean that you can just mod it without a mod loader. That's not what the unobfuscated things mean at all. That's not really what it means. So yeah. So no, I can't. I guess that's, yeah. Okay, interesting. Yeah, that's not what it means. It's much less big of a deal. No, likely you've seen it. Listen, you've likely seen a short somewhere of someone who was like, oh, this is gonna change Java modding forever. We are no longer gonna need this, and it's gonna enable us to make Minecraft mods that are so much bigger than before, and every Minecraft modder is gonna be a freaking rock star. We're gonna have GTA 6 in Minecraft before GTA 6 releases. No, that's not what the obfuscation means. It's just the, it's either well-meaning or it's, I wouldn't say that it's necessarily malicious, because at the end of the day, listen, everyone's just out for the videos and stuff. But yeah, they basically just have the same names in Fabric and NeoForge, and there's some amount of things that are gonna likely be better. But yeah, so I don't, yeah, not really. Hello. I made a support post in Discord. Can't get it to work if you check it out. I listen, maybe, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to check it out. there's a lot of... Listen, the issue is that there's so many different things that are... he might be right. Well, let's just do this. Okay. It's not that big of a deal. To me, all it does is skip the fern flower gen sources step. Kind of like that, you know? Like high level overview, yeah, pretty much. It's not that crazy. It makes sense, right? It's a good headline. And to be fair, you gotta remember, even my video on it, it's like literally the best video for a long time. Because obviously that happens, right? So it's like the next video over that has close to that many views. Let me just scroll a little bit, because that's gonna take a while. That would be mobs, custom mobs fabric 121, 10 months ago. So it kind of does make sense that, yeah, it does make sense in my opinion. I just swapped from Fabric to NeoForge. Is it just me, or is it simpler to keep updating? I don't know. When mods were without modelers, you needed to do a lot of stuff to get the mods to work together. That is also very true. I don't think it's it's like more or less difficult or not to update. I think it depends on what you're adding and like how many things they change. But I don't think that it's like an easy thing to just sort of say it's easier or not easier. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, no worries, no worries. What is very, very funny though is the fact that the resource location is going to be renamed to identifier. That to me is hilarious. Hello Twitch category browser. What have I stumbled upon? What mod are we creating? Well, we will be just dabbling a little bit in Minecraft modding. Likely what it's going to be is looking at networking for Fabric specifically. So just seeing how to press a button, let's say, and then you press that button and then something happens on the server. Because obviously a button press would be client side, while something happening is usually on the server side. So that is not necessarily like an actual sort of mod that we're creating, but we're just sort of researching that stuff. But I do need to find a way to do it. Like I need to find an example, a code example of it, which I have not yet done. But maybe we will find that. Make the button grow hair for all of us. Listen, I mean, I'm a modder that can do quite a few things, okay? I would never doubt my abilities. Even I have my limits. I will not be able to not make you bald. Sorry to say. Please excuse me. Everywhere but my head. I don't like that. I don't like that in the slightest, okay? That's not a good... Don't say that, okay? Don't ever talk to me or my child ever again, okay? You hear me? Maybe like a repeater. Don't make a coder make assets. I mean, have you seen the assets I'm making? It's not even... It's like actually insane. I wonder what Kaupen looks like when bald. Should we just take a look at it? Let's see. Which AI is best used for that? Can I just use Gemini for it? Or... No, let's not just use Gemini. Gemini doxes people. Or doxes me, I guess. Copilot? Does Copilot do it? Let's see. Let's try it. Paste. Make me bold. Let's see. Let's see if that works. I just made it. I made a screenshot and then I let's see if that works. I'm gonna be interested in that one. This would be interesting, isn't it? I'm gonna show the final result, okay? Working on it, it says. Working on it. So far it's gotten the top it's gotten right. Like this part right here. It looks exactly the same. I hope that it's not gonna be like a freaking eldritch horror. I literally just wanted to make it bold. That's it. Bolden Joe, maybe. Yeah, like back when the stuff released, it was pretty freaking crazy. Like, I literally just saw another, like old chats. Brother, the guy made me, brother. The guy's making me Northern Lion. What is this? What is this? What? He's making me Northern Lion. Ah! Can we get some +2s in chat? What is this? Egg! No! No! Oh god! That's not a thing. That can't be the case. No! Oh god! It's taking a little bit longer than I expect. Ah! What is this? What is this? That's so crazy, man. I love how in the background it like generated this stuff. Oh my god, bro. What is going on, man? This is just, it just... Corporate wants to find the difference between these two pictures. Northern Lion, this generated picture. It's the same picture. Yeah! Oh my god, bro. Like, are you fucking serious, man? Like, what is this? What the fuck is this? What? That's not, that doesn't even look like me, bro! Doesn't even look like me! No! It's not real! You know what's even worse? Look at this. Look at where the headphones are. Do I have like a mega dent? Did it generate this with a mega dent? Is he fucking... Is this crazy? What is this? This is slanderous. Slanderous is this. What the heck, man? Now it added the Here's your updated image with a bold look. Would you like to remove the beard, add glasses? Brother, I have glasses! This is what the AI bros tell you is gonna replace you in 2 years, and they said that 4 years ago. Do you want me to add glasses? Brother, you added glasses! Ow. Does it work? No. F you, bro. Fucking ridiculous. I'll download the image though. You know what? I'll download the image though. You know. I'd recommend not going bold. Is that like a personal attack or something? Colton Egg. Egg and Joe is not real. He can't hurt you. Get the AI to air that hair. No. No. That's so horrible. Oh my god. That's like actually insane. Oh man. That's horrendous. Hear me out. Hear me out. No. Listen. That's so stupid, okay? Now add hair to my bold self. Okay, we're just gonna let this run in the background, okay? We're just gonna let this run in the background. Just for the sake of argument. That's crazy though, okay? That's insane. I wonder if it's gonna add like the hair that I have right now, or if it's gonna just go fucking insane, okay? It's gonna just add like a freaking afro or something. You need glasses for your glasses. Listen, I literally just had like good glasses. Get that picture download. I have the picture downloaded, okay? It's called jpeg.jpg. Nice. It actually goes... Why? Oh man, that's gonna be a great clip, isn't it? That's gonna be a great clip. I just... Okay, wait a second. I'm just gonna send it to Luke without any... I'm just gonna send it without anything. I'm not gonna say anything. So fucking stupid. Egg.jpg. Oh man. I hate that one. That's so funny. Like, if you just send something like that without any sort of thing, it's crazy. How many subs to get Carlton bold? Brother, okay, I'm gonna be real. That's a long ways away, okay? If we get a son of like an oil sheik in here and the guy wants to donate like $500,000, I'll shave my head right now. I'll call my mom. She's a hairdresser. She's gonna come over and we're gonna immediately. But that's it, okay? I'm not doing it. Like, it has to be something worthwhile, okay? It needs to be like a worthwhile sub goal, okay? It can't just be like a thing that you do for like 20 subs or 50 subs. I'm sorry. Someone who is rich, donate that money. No, don't, okay? How the fuck am I gonna explain that to the tax authorities, okay? Like, well, you see, like, there was this guy and he wanted to make me bold, and then, yeah. No, 200 is not enough. No, don't do it. Do not do it. I'm not gonna go bold for any amount of subs. Yeah, I don't know about this one, man. I don't know about this one. This is stupid. Whatever. Okay. Anyways. Gold investments in a deposit box. If you can find it, well, 1,000 euros is not enough. That is correct. Yes, you are correct. Remember also that a sub, I only receive half of it, okay? You gotta think about that stuff. Like, I only receive half of the sub money, which is not like, it's not bad, but like also, you know, everyone has a price. Well, that's what I said. Like 500k is like, that seems like a pretty good. I'd be okay with that for now, but yeah, $5 and half-eaten sandwich. They're all I can offer. Well, that's no deal. No deal. Add Carlton to your mod, then add the ability to shear him to make him Carlton bold. Bro. You know, 500k in currency, exactly. Dollars. US dollars. Okay? United States dollars. What about 1 million for redacted? The doorbell rang. How have you been? Oh, I didn't answer the question, actually. No, I didn't even see it because I was generating myself being bold. How I have been? I think a mixture between positive and negative stress. As well as... let's see. Pretty good. No, overall, I mean, it's pretty good. Why us? You are German. Well, because like US dollars, you're always gonna get that. Like, it's always gonna be fun. Like, you can always use US dollars, right? I mean, maybe. Who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen in the next years? But, you know. Just saying. Carlton needs some euros. It's true. I heard you don't have glasses. Would you like glasses to replace the paint on your face? Yeah, I always just paint these on. What currency does Germany even use? Francs. I'm not gonna get rage baited by that. Okay, Orange. Like, that's not even a thing. I can offer 50,000 Bitcoin.
Accompany me to glory or doom.
50,000 Bitcoin is pretty good. But like the actual Bitcoin, that's like 5.2. Wait. It's $5.2 billion. Have you lost your mind? Like, there's like 3 people in the world that have that much money. I'm under exaggerating actually, but yeah. Maxiliax, thank you for the follow as well on Twitch. Thank you. Negative stress. Can I ask what about it? What it's about? I just know that saying it out loud could clear it. Well, it's not about that. It's more like when you, so the way that I understand it, let's break this guy out. Okay, we're gonna do, ooh, jeez. Ooh. Someone complained, by the way, someone on the recent video was like, you're not pirate software. And I'm like, yeah, good thing too. And then he's like, yeah, but why do you use a blackboard over here with paint? I'm like, because it's good for visualization. Like literally, like, because they were like, this is completely useless. I'm like, you might just not be a visual learner, okay? Because he's like, well, you just say a word and then you write it down and then emphasize that word. That doesn't do anything. I'm like, yeah, but like some people, like for some people, this helps them focus. And if it doesn't help you, it usually doesn't hurt you. And if it does, you know what you can do? You can also listen to the video without watching it. Hey, what the frick? That's crazy. That's crazy. That's literally, it's not exactly the same. But that's like saying, what are these strange markings on the ground? Why do we have these markings? I'm not visually impaired. I don't need that. Gives the same energy. I'm gonna be real, bro. Gives the same energy. Anyway, though. So positive versus negative. Stress, okay? This is apparently a thing. So there's two types of stress. The positive stress is usually motivating, okay? And the negative stress is usually, I mean, I guess demotivating, right? I mean, not really. This is like or demotivational. Not exactly the case, but a couple of things here is the positive one is also usually chosen. This is the big one. And this one is usually, how would you say, assigned, right? That's why I put this in positive and negative stress. So when you choose to do something, right? You choose to basically have a burden placed upon you. You choose to take on a project, right? Like then what happens is that if you choose this becomes good because now the locus of control is within your grasp, right? You are in control in this case. But if something is placed upon you, right? If something is assigned, then you feel basically out of control, right? Which makes sense because, like, I mean, you literally were in this instance, right? So I have a couple of things where I'm like, at some point, I think some chosen things turned into like out of control things. Trying to like see how to balance that basically, right? Because obviously you can choose something, you can say, oh, I want to do this. And then at some point you're like, I don't think I want to necessarily do this anymore, right? And then obviously it turns into like a negative stress. And as long as you can rack up more things that you've chosen, even if it's more, usually that will give you a greater sense of control in life, right? So if you're like, listen, I'm gonna choose to do this, and this, and then you have like 3 things that were assigned to you, because the balance is you have more things that you chose. Usually that then means that the locus of control comes back to you and it feels like your life is more in control. Also, like a good thing to think about, right? So sometimes it's not about reducing how many things you do. Sometimes it might actually be doing the things that you've chosen to do, like doing more things that you choose to do, even if they're small things. Literally, like, because like most of the time you have a tally in your head, right? You're like, you're tallying this up, right? Even if it's like, listen, I'm gonna every day I'm going to vacuum 1 room. Every day I'm going to do 5 push-ups. Every day I'm going to clean 1 dish. I don't know what it is. Like, choose any sort of one tiny thing to do that's like a positive thing. And if you rack up like 10 of them and you're like, yeah, but I don't really want to do that. It's like, no, you've chosen to do it. Like, commit to it. And then boom. And then boom. But yeah. Kaupen philosophy is ever present. Listen, okay? It has to be the case, man. We gotta do it. We always gotta do it. But yeah. Comment everything, my friend. It does do something. It pisses them off. Isn't pirate software the Severely unhygienic streamer? What the fuck? Is he unhygienic? I've never heard about that. What even is locus of control? Locus is like a point. So it's the point of control, right? Don't shoot the messenger. What is he? What are they saying? Are people disagreeing with me? It's fine. Positive stuff, also known as eustress. Hey, Nano, coming in with stuff. Heard we're modding today. Maybe a little bit. Have you studied philosophy? Listen, okay. Only on my own time. Here it is. Here it is. Here's my philosophy. Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. Someone bought it. I've seen that someone bought it in the in my comments. I made a short on it and then someone bought it. No, Nyatni, you're thinking of Asmongold. That's the Asmongold is the guy who had a dead rat for an alarm clock. Yeah. Not yeah. Would you consider mCreator a good tool when it is used correctly? Like if someone actually tries but uses it since they don't have much time to make it all by hand. I somewhat disagree that it's that one would save time over the other. My personal idea would be that I think that it would actually be you would probably save more time in the very long run to do it by hand. But I don't know. At the end of the day, one can do whatever. I mean, listen, I don't think we don't really, let's say, support mCreator in that sense. If you want to use it, you can use it. Like, don't let yourself be constrained by one guy's opinion. Like, don't try to get my sort of, what would you say, my approval for it. If you're like, listen, I want to use it, then use it, right? Like, it's like, well, you can still make good words with it. Yeah, I don't know if this is true necessarily. You can, in the sense that there's a lot of artists that use it because they don't have a person that can code. So they make their cool, really freaking cool art, and you see the cool art, and then it's made with mCreator, which definitely turns a lot of people off, which is a real issue, right? That's it's a bummer because there is just going to be a couple of people or a lot of people who are like, I don't want to use mCreator mods. A lot of them are bored from ever entering into mod packs. It is what it is. But if the great artists would put themselves together with the great coders and make mods together, all of a sudden, all of this issue could be solved. But I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I'm starting a dopamine detox routine, hoping to reduce stress and bring some joy back from the small things. Nice. Yeah, it's pretty good. How would they know if it was made in mCreator? So usually most people that use mCreator put the tag in, which is correct. And if not, if you look into the you can look into the jar file and see it. There's like something in the jar file that is easily seen. Like you can easily identify it. Yeah. When it comes to the dopamine detox, that's a good idea, good thing. Usually, I mean, I don't know how much like scientific evidence there's for it, but I still think it's a good idea. net.mcreator.yourname. Ah, well, there you go. That would probably be it. Did you ever hear about Doctorat or Space Potato? Space Potato, yes. Yes. I've heard about, I heard of both of them. I know both of them, yes. I saw mCreator mods and make new rendering for blocks, but those are outliers, I think. Yeah, I don't know. They're a great modder, like you too. Yeah, no, you're right. I don't know if it's still accurate, but I think Dr. Rat used they did use oh Jesus. They did use creator in the past, I think, maybe. I'm not sure actually. Genuinely don't know. No, well, not maybe in the very long past. Could be the case. I do know that some modded creators definitely started using that first. Right now it's gaming, all my other responsibilities. Meanwhile, it actually should be the other way around. I should do the boring stuff first and reward myself with some game time without feeling guilty. See, this is like genuinely one of the things super freaking crazy. We'll do one or two more philosophy moments here, okay? And then we'll jump into the things. Insane thing, okay? So you get yourself into a horrible cycle, right? And this horrible cycle, like a lot of people I think can agree with a cycle. You start with like you have to do, and then you get like, I don't know, like however many things, right? And maybe you even do a couple of them. You're like, yo, this is really cool, right? And then, all of a sudden it's like 6 p.m. or something like that, and you're like, I still have like 2 to-dos. I should do those, right? And then you're like, but I don't really feel like it. So then you're like, let's just take these to-dos and put them to tomorrow, right? So you push them to tomorrow, which is fine, but all of a sudden, then tomorrow you get 6 to-dos, right? So now you have 6 to-dos. And I'm like, oh boy, that's a lot of stuff, right? And then from like 6 p.m. to, I don't know, it doesn't matter, 11 p.m., all of a sudden, you're losing your voice. No, you're, let's say you're playing a game, right? You're playing a game, which is fine, right? Because you've done your to-dos and you're like, that's fine. But in the back of your mind, right? Right here, right? During this time, during this window, the entire time you're thinking of these 2 things, right? You're thinking of these 2 to-dos. You're like, oh, this. So you don't even enjoy it. No enjoyment, right? No enjoyment. And you're like, why am I doing this, right? So you get no enjoyment during this time, even though you're playing for like 5 hours. You're like, why am I not enjoying myself while I'm playing the game? Well, you still have this loop open. You still have these 2 things. And now the worst part happens. You get to the next day, you do these 2 things, and they took you 25 minutes. And then you're like, really, bro? Instead of just taking the 30 minutes to do those and game from 6:30 to 11 without stress and with full enjoyment and with no guilt, we like are guilty for 5 hours.
To glory
We're
or
guilty
doom.
for 5 hours because we should do something for 25 minutes. That's not smart. So what you should do is, if you have a to-do that's not long, then you should just say, you know what, let's just do this and then be fine. Or not have 6 to do the next day and so on and so forth. So that's obviously, but like this is a vicious cycle, right? And then you keep pushing it back. And then during your time, when you're enjoying yourself, you should do this guilt-free. And when you're working, you should be working. It sounds really easy, but it's unbelievably hard. Unbelievably difficult. Like it's actually like genuinely, I understand why this happens, but that would be the ideal. I'm not necessarily addicted. I can go weeks without gaming. Procrastination is the bitch. True. Hello. Also, Diamond Gamer Ash, thank you for the follow on Twitch as well. Thank you. That is addiction. According to German addiction criteria, that is addiction. Yeah, but isn't German addiction criteria if you drink beer regularly, you're an alcoholic? Like if every Friday you drank 1 beer with friends, you would be considered an alcoholic, which is that's like literally not a, like that definition, in my opinion, makes no sense. You're an alcoholic. Yeah, but that doesn't, I would say that is a category which then loses its meaning. No, but it doesn't matter. You are. Yeah, but that's not, I think that anytime you come with a word such as alcoholic or addicted, it comes with too much baggage so that it makes the category worthless and stop drinking. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, wait a second. Now let me go. Let me like go crazier. So if you drink weekly, yeah, one beer with friends. I'm not fucking. You don't drink and you. Okay. Let's go further. I want to see if there's a cutoff point. Every 2 weeks, still an alcoholic. Once every month. Let's say on the third of every, like the third Friday of every month. Okay. Once a year on the 24th of December. 1 glass of wine. Still an alcoholic? I want to see how far we can stretch it before it breaks down. Because at some point the time interval gets so big that it doesn't make any sense. You get past 1 month, you're into ritualist. I think that anything, any definition that you make that it has to include that does not make any sense. Addiction has to have a dependency with it. Possibly, yeah. 1 wine per decade. That's what I'm saying, right? Like, it's like at some point it loses its meaning. So in my opinion, it doesn't make any sense. Because if we're saying someone is an alcoholic, usually what is meant by that is this person is drinking so much that it interferes with a lot of their life, right? So I don't think it makes sense. Why do you even drink with your friends? Why not hang out? It doesn't matter. Now I think that you're putting in sort of a morality thing into it. I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, but it just doesn't make any sense. Say it's an addiction once it starts harming you and you can't control it. Yeah. Yes, it does. No morality. In my opinion, an alcoholic is someone who drinks a lot every day, every evening. Sure. No morality. I'm a drinker. Okay, but then you're an alcoholic. Because you just said that if you regularly drink, you're an alcoholic, not a drinker. I would say a drinker, I would be fine. I would be okay with that. A drinker does not, in my opinion, comes with what it is. I choose it. Yeah, but I don't know. I still don't think that the distinction makes any sense. A strong urge to consume, loss of control, developing a tolerance, bodily withdrawal symptoms, and the big two, neglect of other interests to consume and continued consumption with definite harmful consequences. That would be the ICD-10 definition of an alcoholic. I would tend to agree with that assessment. I would say that's fair. Of addiction in general. Oh, that's addiction in general. Okay. Mine isn't on a schedule. I don't think that... Okay, so it's only... So it would be I think this is very interesting. So it would be an alcoholic if it's on a schedule, but if you drink randomly when you feel like it, then it is not. I think that is completely switched. If I say I only drink at this specific moment and I drink 1 beer, I think that is I think that is a much better and healthier way to cope with it than to say, oh, I feel bad, let's drink something. I would say. I'm not saying that you are doing that, I'm just saying. How do we get onto this? I think I zoned out. I don't know, listen, I mean, sometimes I just think things are interesting, okay? Sometimes, there's just like interesting stuff happening. Why not? Like, we can talk about interesting things, They happen from time to time. And drink a bottle every 3 months to laugh my ass off while gaming. Yeah, that's great. Drink every full moon where the date is divisible by 3 and 4. It's still an alcoholic, man. Still an alcoholic. After the fact. Fair. How do we get here achievement in Minecraft? So true. Actually, so true. It's not regularity, it's misuse and dependency. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. So nice weather today? No, it's fine. I would just say that it's just as it doesn't. If you self-proclaim that it's an issue and it's like detrimental to your life, then I would tend to agree that it's probably not good. / you should probably look into yeah. Will you open IntelliJ idea? Yes, we will. Okay, we will. Don't worry. Actually, there's a secret. I already have it open in the background. It got cold here. Yeah, it does. You prefer German culture or American United Kingdom culture? Bobek, okay. We're supposed to mod. This is a very complicated question, okay? This is not easy, okay? This is genuinely not easy. I hear the cool kids are doing all of it. Highest level overview. I know that Minecraft modding is only the cool kids do hightail modding. Okay. You know what's an addiction? Not modding on Modding Monday. Okay, that's an addiction for me. It almost is. It almost is. Wait, is this not fabric? Am I insane? Fabric. It is fabric. Okay, I found an example. We can use that. Lumping US and UK culture together is wild. That's also kind of true. I mean, can I make a crazy statement? So I can either go to the UK, where if I tweet the wrong thing, the cops are gonna show up on my door. I can go to the US, where if I go into the wrong like district in a city, or if I go into the wrong like neighborhood, or if I go to Texas, let's be honest. Hey, if I go to Texas and like go into the property of someone, I'm just gonna get shot. Or I can go to Germany, where we have a lot of issues already as well. So I don't know. I think sometimes the devil you know is better than the devil you don't. That's what I would say. But I do agree. Like sometimes sometimes I do think that I don't know. I think every place has issues, and like I said, devil you know is sometimes better than the devil you don't. But I think that every single culture that you've mentioned, like both UK or all UK, Germany, and America, has you could learn something from another, I would say. You may legally trespass if you're a beekeeper. I didn't know that was a thing. Nice. Okay. Interesting. Bribery works. But that's how that's not bribery. If someone's pointing a gun in your face and says, "Give me your money," that's not bribery at that point. That's just a robbery, man. No, I don't even. Whatever. Okay, listen. Whatever. I wonder how German bribery works. I can tell you how that works, okay? So basically, what you do is you get a whole bunch of money, right? And then after the fact, you say, "I do not recall that." That's a German political joke for you, okay? That's because of one of our, okay, it's a little bit, obviously it's a little bit more complicated, but, you know, it's fine. Basically, there was like a tax fraud scheme, and our previous chancellor was like, "I can't recall that. I can't recall that." And that was his defense. And whatever happened to it, nothing. Literally 0 things happened. Because that's always what happens over here. Verfolgungsrecht des Eigentümers. Eigentümer für Mietwagen auf Verfolgung fremder Grundstücke betreten. Wow. Die Wohnung öffnen? Wow. You have to replace or yeah. Did you study computer science? Did you not see the thingamajig, the short? I did study computer science. Genuine question. Why do you call your kings chancellors? What even is a chancellor? That's not... Wait, Angela did that? No, Angela didn't do that. Angela didn't do that. The one after that. I'm dying. This is so funny. Yeah, it can be. You know, it can be. Anyway, all right. Let's see. So. What did I say? Boom! Have you seen this thing before? It's called IntelliJ. Let's go. We want to do networking out here, okay? So we're just gonna bada bing bada boom. Networking. Boom. Okay. Now I have, as an example over here, I have a Tech Reborn. Now that's Eclipse. Frick you. Frick you. IntelliJ, I haven't heard that name in a long time. It's been 84 years. Oh, yeah. Anyway, so, Tech Reborn under the MIT license. So easy peasy lemon squeezy, we can use that. I don't know if this is, this should work. So this is server bound. I'm gonna just use their structure for now and then we'll see. Will I use their structure? I don't know if I will. I don't know if I will. Thanks to tutorial 121.1. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. What are you doing? I have just opened IntelliJ and we're going to implement packets. Dun dun dun. Networking. I know it sounds crazy, but it is true. Let's just use their structure for now and then we'll see. Okay. It's not that big of a deal. Interesting. I understand how this works, yeah. Can I mod with Kotlin? Absolutely. That does work. I personally don't like it, but yeah. Packets are the worst implemented in my opinion. It's so weird. Yeah, they are somehow changing it a little bit. They're changing it a little bit. So it's not that crazy anymore. But I do agree with you that they are a little bit crazy. But listen, okay? I think in the newer versions there's a change. So there's no client bound right now, but there will be a server bound. So this is just a payload, okay? So we're gonna do that. We're gonna make a new class. We're gonna call this the test payload, which implements the payload, custom payload, I believe it's called. Oh, look at that. I still know my stuff. Packets. Are we packaging data? That's literally what packets are. Yeah. I like networking on 120. I think this is like pretty, it's like almost the same, I think. ID. Record ID. Let's just get into one of those. I mean, maybe not the ASU config payload. Maybe we take the experience payload. I don't know what that is, but let's just see. Search for the symbol. Experience payload. Wow, look at that. Oh, custom payload and block position payload. Ah, interesting. Okay. Let's see. Let's just see. Experience payload. Well, this is obviously the test payload. This is the test payload. This is an identifier of the MC course mod. We're gonna call this test, and we're gonna implement this. Networking is sometimes difficult. Once it gets working, it's satisfying. True. That's true. Which program languages do you also have studied? So in university, we learned as the first language C and Java were the first that we've learned, and then we interesting. And then we learned so C and Java were the first two, and I think everything else was sort of you could choose yourself. We had a little bit of C++. In some of the other ones, we did one with Python, but never like an actual course. So yeah, PHP and frameworks maybe. Nope, we didn't have PHP at all. We had web design, which obviously had CSS, HTML, and JavaScript, but that was it. But no PHP and no frameworks. Like, not really. Yeah, not really. Honestly, it's not the worst idea to make a block position. But does that make sense? I don't think it does, actually. I don't think it does. You need a constructor. I mean, I don't need a constructor right now. I'm just sort of thinking about... I don't need the block position, right? Should one get a CS degree? I mean, didn't you see the comments that I got on my YouTube channel? You know? That makes that talking about me having a interesting. They always just push the block plus. That me having or talking about the fact that I have a master's in computer science is elitist, and it's not refund. Yeah, I would like to refund. Hey, this is one that doesn't have anything.
Welcome to the King's Court.
Radiant Gamer, thank you. 2 months in a row, tier 3 is still insane. Okay, it's still insane. I know that this was already going. I'm pretty sure you prepaid for like 6 months in advance. It's my master's in computer science count. Yeah, that exactly that short. That is exactly right. When did CS go from a joke to elitist? I think that person wanted to have it both. You know, they were like, I don't know. You need a degree in Minecraft University and a master's on entities for YouTube. That's pretty good. I like that one. That's pretty nice. Okay, so this is one without anything. That's perfect. Unit and unit. Boom. Easy peasy. Surely they are gonna... Okay, let's just do it. What the heck, man? Let's just see what the frick happens over here, okay? I don't even... That's fine. Okay, now the question is... I want to see... Because I have this stuff... Oh yeah, that looks completely different. Holy shit. Okay. Well, now the question is... How do I do anything? I don't know. Wait, keybinds. Oh, frick. I don't know anything about keybinds. Well, that's not good. I did an internship as a software developer and there were some strange people there. I don't know whether I want to do vocational training or go university, become a computer scientist. Listen, okay? This is literally exactly the issue. You have people who are... either didn't go to university or did go to university, and everything is just... Listen, the older I get, the more I think literally every single thing is rooted in insecurity. It's actually insane, okay? Like, people's attacks are dripping with insecurity. It's like, going to university for computer science is a complete waste of time, says the person that learned everything on their own and they didn't go to university. This likely comes from a deeply rooted belief that they think that they're not worth it, or that they're like somehow... Like, it would have been better if they went to university, but the time has passed. Maybe they have a hurt in their past where someone that had a master's or a bachelor's was promoted before them, and they found that to, you know, and then they have to like project that onto others. So I don't know. At the end of the day, like literally, I kind of don't care any, like, in one way or another. In that sense, I would say, do what you think would be best for you. Okay, like, it's your life at the end of the day, right? Like, it's just, don't let someone else decide. If you're like, listen, I think that I'm gonna have a better time at university, let's go, baby, let's go, right? Also factor in that, especially if you're in the USA, university is kind of a fucking scam, right? Like, if vocational training is gonna cost you 10,000 after you're done, and the university is gonna cost you 250,000, brother, do the vocational. Like, it's just like zero question, in my opinion, right? Unless you get scholarships, or you can go to like a state school or something. Don't get yourself into $250,000 of debt that you're never going to be able to get rid of, other than paying it off at like a fucking 12% interest rate, okay? The biggest scam I've ever heard. Like, it's actually insane, okay? Actually insane. Like, it's crazy to me. It's just insane. Will never include the core fundamentals uni pushes for CS. Yes, that's true. But the question is, what do you want to do with CS, right? If for IT you either have a degree or not, it doesn't matter. Yeah, exactly. If you're good, listen, if you're good at it, then it's done. It's fine. Often includes basics. Self-taught means that you've gained more tailored knowledge, but you're less flexible. It could, I guess, maybe. It could be the case. But yeah. Nice. You don't have core fundamentals, you'll never be able to weave and pivot as well. Yeah, but I don't know. I'm not against it. I'm just saying that if it's just not that big of a deal. What are you making the packets for? I'm literally just making a keybind that is going to send the packet for now. That's all I'm looking at right now. I also have a CS degree. If you just want to code, then CS degree is really not necessary. But if you want to actually learn the entire ecosystem, then I think it's good. Listen, so I can tell you my sort of reasoning and like what happened for me, okay? So for me, I was done with school. And I was like, well, what the frick am I going to do now? And I was like, let's just go study something, right? And we looked at some stuff and... that's not how this works. Key bindings, okay. And I was looking at stuff. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? And I was like, I'm not seeing anything. So I looked at computer science and I was like, you know what? I think that that's kind of what I want to do. Because honestly, I didn't want to go into like a vocational training or anything like that. I was like, that's not, none of that interests me. So I was like, let's just go and study over here. And I did that. And for me personally, I think it was a super awesome thing. I think it was amazing. I think it was absolutely the right decision. But this also came at a time where in Germany, they changed it so that our semester, like what we had to pay for our semester was like 350 euros. Okay. So we paid like 700 euros in an entire year for all of our studies, plus some books, but genuinely there were very few books that we had to buy. So yeah, it just wasn't a lot at all. So I'm just saying that it's not that crazy of a thing. Handle a test key press e dot test key. Yeah. If I didn't go off to college, I wouldn't have been able to function as an adult in society. True, that could... Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm with you. You would try to teach Python the first time this year. Okay, wait a second. You would try out teaching Python. Okay, interesting. I mean, it's good. Any programming language works. It's good. You just need to be able to read code and understand it, not core fundamentals for me at least. Like I said, it highly depends on what you want to do, right? Like, I mean, at the end of the day, it so depends on where you want to go into. If you want to go into stuff, it's like, yeah, a while back I made a mod that allowed you to dash with a keybind. That's pretty cool. I think that's pretty freaking cool. Key bindings dot register keys. Highly likely that this has to happen here. Let's see. Handle the questions. Where is this called? Look at that. Client tick event. Oh, that's an interesting way to do it. Did they do it in the last one before that too? Because I don't think that's how it worked before. I don't know, but that's an interesting... It might have actually. Keybinds.test key, and then you do a test. Press test key. Okay. So, we click the test key. We handle this. We send the test payload. Please tell me that this was the right payload, and I'm not going crazy. Yes, it was. Okay. We're good. Oh, yeah. Okay. Which version are you monitoring? This is 121.1. This is the same as in the wiki, the client tick event. Yeah, I would imagine that. Now, my question is just... so there's one sort of issue. There it is. Okay. So there's another one where we have server-bound packets where we now implement whatever happens. I accidentally closed IntelliJ. How could you do this? Will you ever make a tutorial on custom keys? I think we're gonna do the stuff on I'm gonna add this to the courses. For 121, I don't think so. But this is also, listen, okay. It's also highly dependent on whether or not, or when exactly 122 comes out. Which, listen, I don't freaking know at this point, okay? I don't know anything anymore. I see. I see how that works. Boop, boop. So this is server play networking. And then we're registering the ID, which is going to be the test payload ID. And then here we're doing something. So we have a payload as well as a context. And then the question is context.player. Awesome, we have the player. That's all we need. So now what we do is we do entity type dot cow dot create spawn context dot player get server world context dot get player dot get block pause spawn reason triggered 121.100. Oh geez, please don't. Just genuinely, please don't. Where is the init method code? Likely just in the main one, right? I would assume. I still think 121.11 would be a good one to aim tutorials at if 122 is in the air. So maybe. Like right now, let me go into this, okay? So right now, my personal sort of idea would be this, okay? I think I'm not going to do 121.11 or that. Because the next one then should be announced either during... So by March next year, or March or April, we're going to have another Minecraft Live. If in that Minecraft Live, they're not saying that the next version is 122, or they're not even announcing it, even if it's for next year fall, let's say, then we'll do something, okay? If by the next Minecraft Live they say, hey, the next version is 122, let's go. But if they don't, then I'm with you. Then I think that then I might be with you. Because otherwise it just doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Because at some point it just gets crazy stuff. Get world and the code above doesn't work. Well, I mean, it works for me. Might be the case that you're not having the exact same version right now. How are you? What are you working on? Just started watching the stream. Hello. So we're just doing some keybinds plus. We're just doing some keybinds plus packets, not fabric again. Listen, brother. It is what it is. Okay. How does the encoder and decoder work? Never understand it. Which encoder and decoder? Like in what way? The packet codecs? No. Like what are we coding or decoding? I wanted to look up where the init method is called. Import. Sorry. Do something on custom shaders. I don't think I'm going to do that. I find it really funny is like people just think that I just know everything and I'm just not doing things on that. Usually if I haven't done a topic, it means I don't know how to use that topic. Okay? That's the truth, okay? I know this sounds crazy, but it is true. Server bound packets.init. Sure. Wait, Houghton. I see you aren't using Moj maps. You don't know everything? Yeah. Do you have any difficulties learning Java back in university? Yes. Yes. I have told this. I've told this before, but I'm going to tell it again. This is like one of the. This is if you have imposter syndrome about learning Java or any sort of programming languages, and you think, oh my God, Kaupen, you are such a great Java person, whatever. You were such a great teacher in modding, like you know everything. No, first of all, no. Second of all, I'm gonna cure you of your entire imposter syndrome when it comes to programming. Okay, back in university, okay, what I learned was I learned Java. Okay, now I knew the very basics of programming, but not enough. Okay, I didn't know enough to actually do programming like on my own. So I knew like maybe what a method was, that was it. And there was one topic, one singular topic that I said, you know what, I don't need this. Now you might imagine, what was this topic? What could this topic possibly have been? Chat, maybe you want to get some like guess for me, chat. What do you think of the topic was that I was so desperately trying to avoid? I was like, I'm just never going to use it. I'm wondering what you're gonna say, because like you're gonna be data types and algorithms, threads. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, okay, could be. Generics. Oh, very good guess. 90% chat is just databases. I actually kind of enjoy databases, but that was more database design. Well, in fact. It's kind of wrong, okay? All of you are wrong. It's not threads, it's not generics, it's not algorithms or data types or databases. Also not static, it wasn't OOP, it wasn't concurrency, no. Not even networking. You know what it was? It was arrays. So to just completely blow your mind, I did not understand arrays. I didn't understand how to initialize them. It never worked. I was like, what is this crap? It doesn't work. This is stupid, okay? So I said, you know what? I'm just never gonna use arrays, okay? First of all, that's a bad step anyway, right? But I just said, I'm just not gonna use them, okay? I'm just not gonna use them. Why would I ever need to use arrays? I can just make individual fields if I need to. I don't think I need to tell you how this is a horrible idea, but that's what happened, okay? So I struggled with this for quite a while. And then I said, you know what? It's not going to work like this. I have to understand it. So I sat down and I watched like 7 different tutorials. And after the 7th one, I still didn't understand it. And somehow, I think after the 8th or 9th one, someone finally explained it in a way that clicked. And all of a sudden, after that eureka moment, I was like, oh my God, that makes so much sense. And since then I understood arrays and everything was fine. So if there's ever a point where you're like, I don't understand the specific concept, maybe you just need a different person to explain it to you in a different way. That can happen. This is why I have no issues with you saying, listen, I don't like your tutorials on this or that. I understand that, right? Like, for example, my Java tutorials. I understand that because maybe you need it set in a different way. Right? But that's also why I'm trying to say it in a different way. And a lot of people like that. So that's what I struggled with back in the day. So, you know, just to completely blow your mind on this one. And listen, chat, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. It happens, you know? You were like, I understand arrays, but I use it not really often. It's still, yeah. The eureka moment is great. Literally, eureka moments are... That's when the dopamine really flows, man. That's so crazy. I'm just gonna use lists, comma separated. Yeah, exactly. I'm just gonna use a string with each. I'm gonna use a string and I'm gonna convert it to a CSV file and then convert it back. That's what I'm saying, right? Like that's not the way that you should do it. Lists are better than arrays. Listen, yes, but like the
accompany
point is,
me to glory or doom.
In my opinion, you first have to understand an array before you can work on lists. You know? John09, thank you for the follow. Thank you. What do we have here? We have some Minecraft modding as well as you know, the occasional funny story or something like that, motivational tidbit or something to that effect. You know, sometimes we have been keen on doing that as well. I would assume the register method is called within the mod registry. There it is. Show bold Kaupen, Joe. No, why would I do that? No, of course not. That's ridiculous. Like I would never do such a thing. Packets. There they are. Look at this. Register. Nice. New people they deserve to see. You were already corrupted by the fabric lowlifes. No, I'm doing both, okay? I'm always doing both. I'm doing NeoForge and Fabric, but today we're doing Fabric because I already had networking working on NeoForge 121.1, so that's why we're doing it in Fabric today. That's why. So it's fair. I think right now the problem is the terms. I don't understand most concepts, but I don't have the grammar or vocabulary to explain it back to people. That can happen. Are there any books you recommend that teach you Minecraft modding? No. No. What happened to resource slimes? We don't talk about that here, okay? There's no... Wait. There's no resource slimes in this stream. There's no resource slimes in this stream. There's no resource slimes in this stream. When I snap my fingers, you will forget that resource slimes ever existed. Listen, okay? Maybe at another time, okay? I don't know. I don't know, man. Listen, because it's like... Okay. Listen. We've been streaming for 1 hour and 21 minutes, okay? Yeah. Listen. We've been streaming for 1 hour, 21 minutes. Now, fair enough, I yapped for like 50 minutes of that time. But 30 minutes, I have IntelliJ open over here, okay? I've been working on basic networking, adding one keybind and one packet sent when that keybind is pressed that then finally spawns a cow. I've been working on that for 30 minutes, okay? Because what I do when I'm on stream is I converse with chat, and I cannot help myself, okay? I have to talk with chat when I'm doing this. So what happens is that if I were to do resource slimes and actually fully make a mod, I can't, okay? I can't, because every time someone says something funny in chat, I have to respond to it, okay? I have to read chat. Bobik literally, before Sky King sent a huge freaking text that I haven't read, and Bobik also sent a text and even added me, and I still haven't read it, and I'm like, I should probably read it, and it's too distracting. Kaupen Yap sessions are fire. Yeah, I know, but still, you know? It's just, the bold Kaupen is the new brain rot is crazy work, man. That's crazy work. But you know what I mean. So at the end of the day, I'm getting distracted by chat, which is fun because obviously that's part of the whole thing. But I'm literally making zero progress. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. But it makes sense, right? I want chat to be part of this. Hello. But you know, okay. Dopamine overload. It's true. I think we got it, by the way. I think that this is gonna do everything that we need. What is the key R? I think that's fine. Let Kaupen cook. Cooking Joe. No, Kaupen. No, Cooking Joe is... That does not sound good. Let's go. Let's just start this. Probably... I mean, guys, come on. We've been through this so many times. Of course this is gonna work first try. I don't... Every time you're like, oh, Kaupen Joe, you're clowning on me, okay? I'm like, listen, I'm self-glazing over here, okay? You have never heard this term before? Yeah, I'm self-glazing. Of course this is gonna work first time. You can play the music that's making people sleep. It doesn't matter, okay? Obviously, it's fine. You want to read my huge text? I'm gonna copy your huge text and I'm gonna have it and have ChatGPT summarize it for me. Self-glazing, I need to grow up. No. When it doesn't work, then it works. If you fear the code, it will break. Exactly! I'm telling you, this is exactly what this is right. I've never feared code in my entire life, okay? There could be so many red underlines everywhere, it doesn't matter, okay? We're downloading our resources, we're downloading the assets, we're compiling Java, we're processing the resources, and then at some point, bada bing, bada boom, we're gonna go. It just takes a while because I haven't started this project in a very long time. You will spawn a player. That would be interesting. The IDE can feel your fear. True. And there's not even any arrays in there. True. You're right. You're so right. Can you answer my question? The long one. I saw your short on adding debugging to clients, so I have to rebuild the mod every time. Can I do that with Fabric? Client, I need to be logged into an account to test stuff, so the mod pack is located elsewhere. I'm not 100% sure. I understand the question. You can debug with Fabric as well, but both client and server is hard. Do you ever use threads in Minecraft modding? No, because usually the issue is that the threads are split anyway. So the issue is that the thread you have a render thread and usually a networking thread, I think, too, and a server thread. So really, you can't really use threads in that sense. Use Instagram instead of threads. Okay. Anyway, so let's take a look. Listen, what did I say? First of all, we're in the game. Keybinds, what do we see? Boom! Key, Minecraft category, test key R. So, you doubt my power? You know what's gonna happen when I press this R key? A cow is gonna appear right here! Fuck you. Oh man, that's such a bummer, bro. I cannot believe that. I believed so deeply in my code, and it can't encode it. Wow, that's crazy. Holy shit, that's insane, man. A bit too much confidence. I'm gonna be real, that's pretty crazy. Who said I should use Rogaine? Frick you, brother. Frick you. Oh man. Also, that doesn't work. If it works, then they would be a $1 trillion company. Oh man. Okay, you have to believe harder. Okay, listen. Don't say harder in my chat. Okay, that's not good. I'm finally home. Double pie. Hello. Why can't I clip? Wait. What do you mean? You can only clip if you're subscribed. That's not a thing, right? No, that's not a thing. The method that used to exist is no longer there. That can sometimes happen, yeah. The confidence and then sad noises. I mean, to be fair though, it's gonna make a really good short, okay? It's gonna make a really, really good short. But it's still so stupid. I can't clip. I just checked. I can't clip. Okay. I don't know why. What is on the list today? Figuring out networking and keybinds for the good old Fabric 121.1. So, the reason why this happens is because we're making 2 new payloads. Yeah, I think that's why. Because, if you look at this, okay, it says that it can't encode networking test payload at 6D78A74E because it expected test payload 7B0A6895. What I'm guessing here is that those are the same class. However, they are identity sensitive. Exactly! It has to be the same thing. That's what it is. So, what does that mean? That means that we're not making a new payload here, but rather, I figured that out. Listen, okay? Don't patronize me and let me keep my positive thing over here. Ah, payload that locked. Look at this. We have to lock the payload. Oh, you figured... Oh, did it take a long time for you to figure this out? So what you're saying is that I figured that out in a much faster way. Listen, I'm being facetious, okay? Don't... It's not that serious. Oh, variable? What the fuck? Do we get blockage to unit? I don't think I need to do that then. The code has an identity crisis? Yeah, you can actually say that. Kaupen on men's health. No, I don't like this. It's pretty crazy. Who said I should use Rogaine? Frick you, brother. Frick you. Okay, sure. What is this? Wait! Ah! Just showed the freaking Twitch dashboard. Luckily, the stream key is always censored. Oh, that's so fucking funny. That's so funny. Luckily, you can also reset that. That's so fucking... I cannot believe that. That's so insane, bro. Who would do that? Why would you do that? Oh man, I thought it was a freaking thing. Okay, what is this? There was a thing. Auto clip waitlist. What? Enable clips. Subscribers only. Clip visibility. Let viewers upload their clips. Featured clips. Permissions. Everything is enabled. Followers only off. Everyone should be able to do clips. I want you to enable clipping. It's on! It's on! I got calm to panic. No, that was Sky King. Bro, scroll down. It's on. Okay, I'm not. Okay. That was a panic moment. I can use it. It just didn't test the upload. Oh man. Wow. Okay. Woo. Okay. Let me just reset over here. Jesus. That was crazy. That was insane. Packets. Let's see. Yeah. It's not making a new one right here. I think that I'm making a new one right there. Am I not? In packets? Nope. I'm using the ID and the codec. So I'm making a new one right here. But I think that's right. That was in server bound. No. Wait. Yeah, no, yeah. Tuple. So I'm making a new one right here, which makes sense. But like that doesn't make any sense, because like in the keybinds, I'm doing exactly this, right? Like send new payload. Almost Twitch docked yourself. It's not that bad. Nothing was shown on stream. Yeah, no, luckily not. Is the only subscriber setting in the dashboard on or off? It is off. I'll turn it on. I'll turn it off again. So I have now turned it off. Wait. Here, let me show you. There you go. I'm gonna show you. So it is on. Followers only is even off. I have not excluded a category. Clip visibility, all clips on my channel. Let viewers upload their clips. Subscriber only is off. Feature this clip. That's something different. And then that's it. So it should be on. You need to send the exact same object that's used in the codec. Yeah, but like that's weird, because why does it work for Tech Reborn then to make a new one? Right here. Oh, maybe wait a second. Maybe if I go into this, they're making a new one here too. Because you don't use unit. But they're using unit. Like, who said theirs is working? Well, theirs is also 121.8, so That might have to do with it. If this is wrong, if this is different, I'm gonna crash out. It's not different. Wait a second. Packet codec. Yeah. This is the Unicode. Unit codec refuses to encode anything that isn't the value. Wait, what? One is an interface. Do I have to make it a record? You think making it a record changes it? It still creates a new object though, right? Or does an equals operator work differently on a record? That would work. Well, there you go. That's the issue. What's the difference between your modding courses and your tutorials? That is a very good question. So, highest level overview. The modding courses contain more topics. So in terms of the way that they are structured, or like the actual content itself is very similar, right? So it's not the same, but it's a similar style, right? It's the same sort of video structure. However, there's more topics. What I always highly recommend is you go onto the landing pages. I can also just show you. Just give me a second. So if we go on to courses, scope and draw, and we let's say go to, let's just go to the fabric one. There you go. And we take a look at this. Then what you can do is you can go down and you can see a full lecture list over here. So this is basically all of the different lectures that are included here. And I always highly recommend you basically go through those and see if a lot of those are interesting to you, right? Because obviously if you're like only interested in like one tiny thing, then it doesn't necessarily make sense to buy the entire course, because there are also free YouTube tutorials which are totally fine and can, like, if you're a complete beginner, the tutorials will work totally fine for the beginning, right? That's always, I've basically always tried to sort of say this. But let's say you're super interested in like, oh, I want to do like crazy stuff with entities over here, tameable entity, I want an entity inventory, then these ones are really interesting for you, obviously. And things like that. I bought your course. It's very nice. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, that's the thing. Also, if there is anything, you always have 30-day money back guarantee. So you can always send an email to the contact email, and you're gonna get a refund. No questions asked. And my God, what else is there? I mean, that's basically all of the stuff. The courses are worth it. It helped me a lot. I was starting out. Yeah, listen. And also, obviously, at the last second here, they're also a great way to support the channel while also getting something in return, right? Because at the end of the day, the YouTube tutorial, I mean, first of all, the tutorials have pretty much stopped. So that's a bit of an issue, but yeah. So it's another great way to support the channel, to keep everything going. Yep. That's the sales pitch over here. What is generally better, Java 21 or Java 25 for Fabric? Well, 21, because currently it's using Java 21. So yeah. How hard is it, in your opinion, to make an interface when you right-click on a block, like a mechanism interface? For example, when you click a metallurgic infuser. You mean like... What do you mean with interface? Like, you mean literally just the actual texture? Like a texture like this? Wait. GUI, yes. I mean, I did that. I mean, I can even do that stuff. It's not that big of a deal. Like, it's not
accompany me to glory or doom.
Hey, Relic, thank you for the follow as well. Thank you. How about Java modding in PHP? No. Let's not do that. Let's not do that, please. Let's not go there, man. That's crazy. Let me think about this for just a second. I've never made a GUI, so I'm wondering how it's done. I mean, generally speaking, it's really not that crazy. So, NeoForge. Let's just go here. Do you have a tutorial on Blockbench Gecko lib implementing? No. So Blockbench I do have a little bit, but Gecko not really. Block entity menu tutorial is less than 20 minutes. Yeah, that's true. So the texture itself, like literally just open it up in a an editor and like just switch around the stuff. Pretty straightforward. Implementing it, that's a bit more complicated, obviously. Usually this is usually I do the GUI when it comes to block entities, because then it's obviously a little bit more complicated, because like you need to also connect everything with a block entity and stuff. But yeah, Java modding in Scratch. I don't know. So we find ourselves back in Minecraft. And like I said before, the controls are implemented and we have rooted out the error. And you know what that means. When I press the R button, a cow's gonna spawn. Let's go, baby. Yes. Woo. Cows, come on, baby. Let's go. Yes, they are all dying. I don't care. I don't care. Frick you. Frick you. Doesn't work. There you go. That's it. That's all she wrote. World record for the most cow spawn. Listen. Listen. Let's not do this again, okay? It crashes the servers. No, wait, cows. Yeah. And the only issue was that it wasn't a record. Can someone technically explain, like, Capitan, can you explain to me why the record does not trigger the issue with the equals operator? Because I don't understand that right now. Burster, hello! 10,000 cows versus Count Joe, new video dropping. Because I'm not. Records implement both equals and hash code. Well, look at that. So it's equals 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 instead of equals equals. And considering equals is required for the codec, there you go. So that's why they're using the records everywhere when they're encoding them in codecs. Makes so much sense. I don't understand enums, records, and interfaces, but I think I'm going to understand with your courses. I do explain them okay-ish, I would say. Records are actually very easy. I mean, I just didn't understand the fact that this was like the very technical thing here. But enums and interfaces, yeah. There you go, man. So that's it. That's the thing. Strict equality is more than just JavaScript. Kind of, pretty much. Super interesting. Okay, now we have done this. Records are basically data classes. Yeah, exactly. No type confirmation. Records are awesome. They're pretty good. I like them. Basically, if you have an entry for a database, then that would be a record, right? Because you can also think of it about a record in a database. Crazy stuff, but it is true. It is very true. Do it so you open your ender chest with a custom key. Could work. I think that might work. Wait. I think you need to send a packet to the server and then back to the client, right? No, there has to be literally just a packet for this. No. There just has to be a packet for this. I refuse to believe it. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Listen, okay? Don't talk about this right now. I want to learn something, okay? Ender chest inventory. Player entity. Ender chest inventory. Can I just call like an ender? Is this literally just like context.player. An open ender chest? No. There's no way, right? Like that's not. There's no way I can just like call open on this or something like that, right? Like open handled screen. Okay, I'm gonna lurk and watch some Netflix. All right, have fun, man. Thank you for joining. What do you need a packet for? I don't freaking know, man. Ender chest inventory. Oh, that's just the inventory that's saved on the player itself. I understand. But what you would do is you would still go to Ender chest block entity, block actually, and you would look at the onUse method where you get the Ender chest block entity set active entity. Oh, interesting. Open handle screen. Increment stats. On block interacted through Piglin Brain? Oh! An Ender chest is a guarded block for a piglet? Why the fuck would they write it like this? This seems really weird to me. Any chest. Strange. Very strange. This looks weird to me. Never saw that before, but that's okay. Context of play, the get player. Well, we can't really set it to the Ender chest block entity because there's no block entity, so literally we just do this, I guess. Dot get Ender chest, and then container name. It's just component, I guess, right? Component dot literal. No, that's not the component I want. No, it's not the component I want either. It's not called a component. It's called a nothing. No, it's not a string. This is not a string.
Accompany me to glory or doom.
Hyro, thank you for the follow as well. Thank you. Text.literal Ender chest. Boom. Look at that. It's not going to open the Ender chest. That's how easy it is, guys. Literally, just do this, and then it's gonna open the Kaupen Ender chest. Exactly. Boom. This is it. That's it. Okay. You can say, "Oh, Kaupen, your confidence was misplaced before, brother." Look at this. Obviously, this is gonna work. Okay. Obviously, this is gonna work. Can you make a Cube.js tutorial? I would have to understand that myself, but yeah. Full of stars. And you know what star there is that's going to shine the brightest? Me. And right, why is that the case? Well, because if I press the R button right now, it's going to open my Ender chest. Boom! The Kaupen Ender chest. Just to blow your mind. We put the grass block in here. We get ourselves an Ender chest, and you're like, "Oh, but Kaupen Joe, this is never gonna work." Of course it works, baby! We can even put the Ender chest within the Ender chest, and then the Ender chest is within the Ender chest. Let's go! Let's go! That's what you want to see, man. That's pretty good. Yeah, and it's persistent. There you go. I don't know what you want from me. How did you do this? I just, it's a very good idea. Pretty good. Listen, Odooken gave me the idea, and I just executed, okay? I just use my brain power and then it's the same despite the name being different. Yeah, well, yeah, because you can just change the name right here. Open-ended chest, kind of overpowered. Overpowered, bruh. Bruh. What are we talking about, man? What are we even talking about? Overpowered. Doesn't matter, man. Can you show us the code? I want to see how does it work. Like this. This is the code. The code is on screen. You just set the open-handled screen to a new simple screen factory, then set it to whatever the inventory is. And we're using it to a generic 9x3 screen container handler. And that's it. Yep, that is everything. And we are even incrementing the stat for opening the ender chest. Can you imagine this? So this one wouldn't even be needed. This is kind of similar to a backpack. That's basically what I would have for a backpack, yeah. It's a little different, but yes. You can test what happens if you rename an ender chest in an anvil. I know if you do that with regular chests, it changes the title. Huh. It's reusing the ender chest opening. It's not making or doing anything the base code doesn't do. Yeah, listen. I never claimed as such. But it does change the title and it opens the ender chest upon pressing the R button. So, you know. Make it infinite slots or containing more than 64 items per stack. No. How about that? No. It's a title provider. It's called an inventory, please. Okay. No, it's called an. It's called a text, please. Title provider. That's mixing. Don't even mixing me, okay? I don't want to have anything to do with that today. Not even a single thing. Yeah. I understand a total of 1% of the code. Listen, it's better than 0. So, do you know what a public static void method is? Or is the issue the code that's like within the init method? Because then it's definitely more than 1%, I would say. That being the import. Oh, you understand that things are being imported. Okay, I understand. Okay. Okay. I want to be pretend salty, but I'm too fucking out of it to be reasonably believable. You're overdoing it. It's public static and returns nothing. Well, public means that it is accessible via from other classes. Protected would be is only accessible within the same package / within from subclasses, and then private it is no longer accessible from other classes. Static means that it is accessible via the class itself and not an instance of the class, so we don't have to create a new server-bound packets object in order to call the init method. We can just call server-bound packets.init. We don't need to do new server-bound packets and then call the init on that new object, and void means there's no return. That is correct. OOP moment. True. I think the first unobfuscated version is available. Yeah, is it like available for like completely available already? Like for Fabric, for example? Is it a thing? Or is it just dun, 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 dun. La di da da. Yeah, that's how it works, man. Pretty good. Okay. Let me think about this just for a second. If we have listen. You know, here is an insult for like, you're the embodiment of a public static void. That's pretty. That's an interesting one, man. I think Mojang released it. Fabric Loom has an experimental version. Interesting. Interesting. I definitely do need to look at that at some point. It's a whole big question mark as well, because it's like, are we gonna have two different tutorials and two different courses still? Probably, yeah, probably. But they're gonna be super similar though.
Accompany me to glory or doom.
Sergey, thank you for the follow as well. Thank you. Also, why the heck is WD not here? Okay, just because it's WD's birthday does not mean he's not allowed to be on stream. Like, what is this? Hello, so tired. I'm WD. Brother, what is going on? Okay. Are there any golems that you're disappointed you couldn't do? I think I want a golem in my mod, but I don't have any decent ideas. You can do that. I mean, you can. I mean, the mining golem would be really interesting. By the way, wait a second. CurseForge? mod.curseforge.modjam. By the way, I should maybe mention this. The winners came in. I don't think we talked about the winners yet, did we? I think those were decided on Tuesday, right? So obviously, the Chaos Crafts won over here. The freaking like OS within freaking Minecraft makes sense. But from the tutorial / the community, a couple of people won too. Like Bite Buddies over here. I literally just received a comment that says, I've participated in the mod jam and was among the grand winners. Your tutorials helped. I don't know who that was, but another person. Then Project 8 gigabytes DRAM. I don't know if they're like an active they're not an active community member, but they did contact me about this. Yeah. And I know a couple of other names over here. I don't know. I don't want to like get like what we say. I don't want to get any oh, this is interesting. What is it called? Valor, unearned valor? But yeah. I thought it would be a black suit, but it was better. Ah, did you take a look at the tags? Amazing suits. Listen, you know, this is what I'm telling you, okay? If we're going via suits, it's like, to be fair, it's also kind of a crazy tag, but you know, yes, it is. It's an even crazier suit than just a black one. Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. Great song, by the way. Didn't Arctic make me sing this as an AI? Wait a fucking second. I have this. Fly me to the moon. Is this it? Wait. Wait. He did. Wait a second. I have this. Wait, I have this. Arctic made me sing Fly Me to the Moon as an AI. Wait. Fly me to the moon. Let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. So stupid. That's really stupid. It would be really funny if the audio didn't come through, but I hope it did. That sounds like Kaupenjo, but not much. I think it's been like 2 years since when that was done, so the AI voice cloning has gotten a lot better. But yeah, that's creepy. I mean, maybe a little bit, but you know. It does sound like me though. It does definitely sound like me. It feels very fucking strange. I can tell you that much. Like it's actually insane. Like you don't know the sort of the psychological impact it has that you hear your voice, but you're like, that's not me. I was like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Like that's like the level that you don't even understand. Crazy stuff. I don't like AI. I mean, it is what it is. I'm okay with it. I like it. I'm even gonna go crazy and I say I like it. But yeah, congrats to the winners over here. Really cool freaking mods. Maybe in the future we can actually do one as well. But listen, the issue was that I just didn't. It was just such a low priority for me, and I don't know. It was just a rough one, man. It was just a rough one. You missed the coded joke for you, Cowton. It was suited for you. Fancy suits joke. Public static main. Suit Armani. Boolean. Is Java dev true? If so, Armani. Because he wants to look classy while handling exceptions. Must be cool to be told you were a factor in their success. It's very crazy. It's like a little. It's very strange. Yes. Because like at this point, you also gotta remember like there are so many modders that have like started with the tutorials where it's just like it's a little crazy. I don't know. Somewhat overwhelming when you think about it. Oh, WD isn't home. Okay, fair enough. Did you DM him? That's amazing. Oh man, that's amazing. Started the fabric course, lots of difference between 121 and 121.10. Yes, sir. There's excuse the language, but there's a shit ton of differences to be frank. Which is the reason why either you should use 121 to follow the courses / tutorials, or suffer. I mean that. Yeah. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. I did get to wear my suit, by the way, like last week as well. My brain's gonna suffer, as you said. Yeah, well, that works as well, I guess. Works as well, I guess. Oh yeah. Okay, let me think about this. We have a couple of course people here, right? Can I share my currency HUD, which I make using Paper MC? Well, I mean, I don't wait Paper MC, but isn't so it's a plugin. I don't really know anything about plugins, so I'm not like I'm super not versed in that. I did your course, yeah. So we have a couple of course people here, right? As in like people who have taken the course and or are in the course. I'm gonna list you a couple of possible. Okay, I'm gonna list you a couple of possible expansion topics, and you're gonna say if you like them or not. So this is not in a list that is 100% gonna happen. It's just the questions, right? Like it's a question mark right now. I'm just gonna give you those, and you're gonna see whether or not this is gonna be interesting to you or not. So let me just turn this down a little bit more because the song is quite loud for me. So the first one is custom dimensions, basic dimensions. Then we have ghost block rendering. We get a multi-block crafting. This is going to be the idea of the pedestals. So basically the pedestals made in a little bit of a more polished way in the courses. Then we get the custom chest entity, block entity. We get a custom 5x5 and a custom furnace. We get a custom multi-input block entity. And then, this is a separate one, a multi-output block entity. I have it as an idea. Custom keybinds, introduction to networking, custom buttons in GUIs, and then we have player capability / persistent states / data / saving data, and then we have a custom HUD. Any of those that are interesting? Shields. Custom shields. Sure. I don't think I have shields yet. Nope, I do not. All of the above, amazing. I love how all of the above are just nice. Is there any Java reflection API helpful in modding? Depends on what you like, what you need to use reflection for. Usually you don't need it in modding. The GUI and networking is my favorite. That's fair. Yeah, I'm probably gonna split this up into like 2 expansions in the future. So like we're gonna have one where we do the block entity rendering stuff, and then another one with like the keybinds and the buttons and stuff. Reflection's dangerous and not promoted in Kaupen areas. Listen, reflection is only dangerous. Oh my god, this is such a... I can't do the joke. KP Dragon, I'm sorry. I can't do the joke. Okay. Oh. You know exactly what I wanted to say, okay? Say it to me, then it's not that bad, okay? Just say the joke at my expense, because otherwise it's gonna be like, oh, headline, streamer Kaupenjo bullies his chat. I think custom dimensions will be the most interesting marketing-wise. That's fair, that's fair. Yeah, that's true. There's some stuff that might tempt me to buy. A lot of people will appreciate the dimensions. Well, the thing about it is that, I think, well, my hope is that I'm going to be able to do it before Black Friday, which may or may not have a sale. But you've never... Shh. Reflection is only dangerous when you go bald at the mirror. Oh, what? My chat is so mean to me. What is this? Oh, okay. There you go. Get yourself another short. I want AI to have some laws for not coming after programmers or artists. So many people lost their jobs because of AI. I think that this is a... So Dragon Remus... I believe that you don't even need to worry about this. I would say medium, like short and medium term, there's a little bit. Specifically for programmers, I am not even worried in the slightest. I believe that the suits and people who make decisions purely based on Excel spreadsheets and however much money there is to be, revenue to be gained and losses to be cut, are incredibly short-sighted because they have to do quarterly reports, and those quarterly reports have a they are missing a very, very key point, and that key point is that you can't just replace people like that. It's just not possible. So I'm gonna be real. I think that specifically for programmers, they're gonna be hiring people back as soon as this shit does not work, because it's gonna produce such crap code and crap results that they're going to be like, please come back, and they're going to have to rehire almost everyone for like 2x the price, because they're going to be so sought after. When it comes to artists, that's a little more complicated. The one thing that might be sort of the reason why that's not going to be too bad is because AI is going to, like, none of the AI art is copyrightable, so I think that might not be as crazy. AI is in France. AI is limited. Most models on ChatGPT, for example, don't have the necessary certifications and everything. In most European countries, it's the same, but in France and Germany more. Maybe, yeah, could be. Vibe coding cleanup specialist. Yes, actually, like unironically, it's pretty freaking crazy. But like that's literally how you should market yourself at that point, because it's gonna come in. People are gonna be like, whoa. Aren't dimensions just JSON files? You can make dimensions with JSONs in data packs, but it's not as good as custom dimensions in mods. Yep. Sounds about right. So I don't know, like at the end of the day, the AI stuff is like, it's here. It's definitely here to stay. And it is what it is. I think, I don't think that you can just make laws against it, because it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, I don't know. The issue is it's a very, very hard boundary to draw, right? Because we got to remember, Gen AI is the thing that we're complaining about right now. AI has been used forever, right? Like it's been used forever. Literally, listen. No Gen AI. What do you think this is? If I do this, what do you think this is? I mean, theoretically, you can call this AI too, IntelliSense, right? So it's like, it's very difficult to legislate this. And let's be honest, none of the fucking boomers know anything about this stuff, right? They're like, they don't know anything. So I actually don't even trust them to legislate this properly. The AI stuff is going to get interesting. The problem is people just don't understand how it expands and grows. Just how many developers are judges of coding that nothing but boilerplate. Sure, could be. It's machine learning. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, but like that's the issue, right? You could train an AI on a code base, but still need to offer it a lot of context and rules. True. So we should master manual coding, then go for vibe coding, right? As we need to debug, create templates. We do have many laws in France for AI. The only computer countries that are respected are European companies. Google is for some reason. Interesting. Okay. Strange. But that's also another one, right? Where it's like machine learning is an AI too. Yeah, but it's different. It's slightly different, right? Like it's usually machine learning is not the thing that people are, let's say, complaining about when they're talking about AI currently, like Gen AI. Right, so have you done anything with Terra Blender yet? Yeah, we did. I did do a little bit with it, but I've an incredibly hard time with the surface rule stuff. I really don't like biomes at all. I really don't like biomes. It's always a rough topic for me. I'm gonna be real. Yeah. We'll see, man. We'll see what where it goes. Makes two of us. Yeah, and the issue is like a lot of people really like it. Welcome to the Russian community. I'm pretty sure like a lot of people we have a quite big minority of Russians who are watching the videos for quite a while, to be honest with you. But welcome. Pretty sure that was always the case. Although it might have gone down for unknown reasons. Let me see. Yeah, it's gone down. I think it was like before shit hit the fan, I think it was like my like third or fourth biggest demographic. It's gone quite significantly down now. The person who comes out with a biome tutorial will make bank. Well, I have one on the course. You know, it's not like you know, I believe we have bigger issues than Gen AI systems. I don't think we'll be able to come to close. I don't know. I do agree though that we have bigger issues. I'm in agreement with you on that one. Oh shit. I know, I closed Twitch. I didn't want to do that. Twitch chat, where are you? Exclamation mark no poll. Exclamation mark no poll. That's crazy, man. That's crazy work. What do you think about the 121.120 issues on RAM memory leaks about on Bedrock Edition? I literally do not keep up with Bedrock Edition news in the slightest because I do not care about Bedrock Edition at all. I don't play Bedrock Edition. I don't mod or add on Bedrock Edition. I don't really care about it in the slightest. Sounds pretty crass or crazy, but I don't know. It's crude, I guess you could say. Also, can we talk about this? Wait a second. Can we talk about this? Wait a second. Where is this? Where is this shit? Where is this? There it is. No. Wait. Twitter. We want to go to Twitter. Can we talk about this? I know this is a bit different, but like, can we talk about this? Grand Theft Auto 6 will now be released on Thursday, November 19th, 2026. What are you doing, guys? What are you doing? Like, now we're actually going to get 122 before GTA 6. Which is horrendous. What to think about. In 8 days. Yeah, sadly, we're not in 2026 yet. My man, you're living in the future, but we're not living there yet, sadly. So that's a bit of an issue. Yep, 2026 is next year, sadly. My bad. No, it's good, it's good. I'm poor, don't have money. I mean... I thought it was spring 2025. Yeah, that's fair. That was a painful thing to wake up to. It's rough, man. It's just stupid. It's really stupid. I also don't quite know what this means, because I saw that there were some, like... There was some shady shit going on where Rockstar was, like, firing employees for... like breaches of confidential information, but apparently they just wanted to unionize, which I'm like, that's that I feel like that should be illegal, in my opinion. But okay, I've never understood the American sense. Like, it's like in Germany, the company have zero retaliation possibility when the workers want to make a union. Like, there's nothing. As soon as you have, like, I think 12 employees or something like that, then in Germany, like, you can make a union. And I think at like 100 or something like that, it's mandatory. Something of that effect. Like, it's literally mandatory, because usually they work very close together. Like, a union and the company, like, work together in some capacity. Right? Obviously, they have different goals, let's say, but still. I don't think it's ever going to release. I don't think so. I think it's going to release. It kind of is hard to prove. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, are all the 30 people, like, did all of the 30 people that were fired have like plans to make a union, and everyone who didn't plan to make a union didn't get fired? I mean, I don't know. It's I don't know. I don't think it's gonna release a Cyberpunk, man. If they're gonna delay it for another year, bro, that's so much. Like, that's like they basically tag on 10%. You understand why US has it like this? Companies are people in the legal sense. The same thing is true in Germany as well. But it's called a judicial person and a natural person, right? So I think that's a normal legal status, like entity status. This has to be the last delay, right? Let's hope so. Surely it won't delay anymore. I mean, it's crazy that they already announced the delay right now as well. Right? It's still like 6 months before the first delay release date, right? So that's really interesting to me in terms of like the timing. 1 year delay for GTA. Listen, I'd rather have them delay it than not. From what I heard, it was like 30 people who were in Discord about making a union, but one person there was a union helper and not technically an employee. You're talking about mega project. True, that's true. We're likely gonna get Hightail before GTA. Yeah, Simon said so. Simon actually said that on Twitter, which is very funny to me, but I can show you. Dun dun dun. No, okay. X doesn't work right now. Twitter, please. There it is. I love Hightail. Oh, interesting. They are asking about obfuscation stuff. Oh, wait, this is like actually kind of interesting. Would not obfuscating providing obfuscation mappings for Hightail be something you'd consider? It opens the door for micro-style modding, which is done in many mod devs, including myself, really like. I already said I would do shared source for Java side of things when possible, but after launch. Nice. It's not going to be a Bedrock versus Java dynamic, no. Of course not. What's going on? Oh my god. Yeah, it's rough. Where is it? I saw this. He's tweeting a lot. What is going on, man? Hightail before GTA 6 for sure. Hightail for GTA 6 for sure? Simon says, yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's good. I like it. They're still getting battle over security flaws in GTA 5 online connections along with Red Dead Redemption. Didn't I also heard somewhere that like 80% of the developers from Rockstar left after Red Dead Redemption 2? So it's not even the same people like who are like developing the game. Not say that they can't do it or not, but like I don't know. Simon is the GOAT, the absolute legend. I agree. I agree. That's pretty crazy. Hashtag save Hightail. It's crazy if GTA 6 will be delayed even more. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, let's just hope it's gonna be coming out next year, because otherwise that would be a bit of a rough one. Maybe they're gonna delay it for another year, and then they can just release it for the PlayStation 6. Because that's coming out like 2027, right? $2026 coming in 2027. PlayStation 6 in 2027. You hear about the new Xbox as well? That it's literally just supposed to be like a PC. Apparently. And apparently it's gonna cost like $1,200. Which is just like insane. Did you ever hear about Chunky? Not the Chunk pre-gen, the render one. I don't think I have. Better for them to delay than have an unfinished game. I mean, I'm in full agreement with you. I'm in full agreement with you. I asked myself why in the US people can get fired for absolutely no reason. Bro, the first time I heard about in the US, like 2 weeks notice, right? You know about 2 weeks notice. So I read a comment somewhere where it's like, well, you should give your 2 weeks notice, or it was something about that. And then someone in the comment said, why do we as workers need to put in a 2 weeks notice to the company, but they can just fire us? And I was like, the fuck did I just read? What are you talking about? They can just fire you. What are you talking about? Apparently, that's the thing. Now, apparently, you can also quit whenever. You don't actually have to put in a 2 weeks notice. But the fuck? Excuse me? Like, how do you have that bad of a workers' protection? Like, the fuck? That's insane to me. Like, that's actually crazy to me. Because, like, I get it, but like in Germany, you get 3 to 6 months probation time where you can be fired quicker. I think that is fair. And then you are protected with like 2 weeks or something. It's about references. Corporations go rampant. I literally don't get it. I don't understand it at all. Like that, to me, it makes no sense. I'd still take the USA over Europe entirely. I think that if you could do, if you could put in like, I think you could take like 3 or 4 ideas from Europe, and I think that a quality of life in the entire US would drastically improve. Drastically. The 2 weeks is about getting a positive reference and giving them time to find someone. Now, listen, I listen. Then why is it not law that you always have to give a 2 weeks notice, and for them to fire you, they also have to give you 2 weeks notice? Bum, done. That's it. That's all there is to it. Just say, hey, listen, it's an equal playing field. Pay time off and sick leave. In Germany, terminations need to be based on mutual agreement of termination terms. Yeah, whereas in the US, most states, you can just remove from a position for any non-illegal reason. Yeah, exactly. In France, you can't get fired for until you get a real bad reason. Like you did something really bad. You also give 2 weeks grace period. It's a European law. Yeah, exactly. It's not law. It's no, that's what I'm saying though. Why? Like, just make it a law. Just make it a law. Just say, hey, listen, both parties have to give a 2 weeks notice. Not done. As if that's gonna be such a crazy idea, right? And if it's something that's like a non-illegal reason anyway, then, or like they did something bad or something like that. The problem is that we've positions like that, and we ended up with crap hole places where employees abused the frick out of it. I don't know, man. I just feel like at some point I think the balance of power in a employee-employer relationship definitely in the first rank favors the employer. Now doesn't mean that employees can't take advantage of it, but I don't know. It is law. Yeah, it's law in Europe, but not in there. Can you show the chest code? It doesn't work. I can. There you go. There it is. It's not on GitHub yet, bro. It's not on GitHub yet. How do you upgrade the version of an already existing mod for NeoForge? Well, I mean, you look if it's open source. If it's open source, you change the version number in the build.gradle file and everywhere you need to change it. And then you implement the changes that need to be implemented. And then profit, question mark. Teachers got tenure just screwing off, hurting students. Those in unions just F over customers. It cuts both ways. No, you're right. You're right. There's no perfect solution. I'm with you, but I don't know. The class test payload does not exist. Yeah, because you haven't created that test payload over here. You can't just copy the code without doing that. So it doesn't work. I think you need to wait until I have a GitHub repository for it, which is sadly going to take a little while. You can take, but I mean, you can take a look through the I'm just going to show all of the classes that we made. How about that? Maybe that's going to work. So you can just take screenshots at some point. All right. Hope you're ready. I hope that this is all classes. There you go. I think that's all of them. I think that should be it. Waiting 1 or 2 weeks for a vehicle repair is unreasonable, all because the mechanic wants to go slow. I don't understand. Like, I still don't quite understand it. So, when you're saying that you're not giving a 2 weeks notice, that destroys the reference. But you quitting and giving a 2 weeks notice, and you giving a 2 weeks notice, someone makes you wait for a vehicle repair. But why wouldn't you just give a reference? Hey, the guy fucking slacked off in his last 2 weeks because he just quit. Don't hire him. Obviously, I don't think you're allowed to say that, but I don't know. Gets paid by the hour. Well, that's another thing. If you get paid by the hour, then that's another thing. But yeah. Thank you? Question mark? Thank you. Working on Fabric Moj Maps course? No, this is just still normal. 121.1. Just want to say, pop in to say thank you so much for the Java introduction course, all of the modding tutorials as a bio student. So this is a completely new thing. And it's been fun bringing my vision to life. Awesome to hear. Great to hear, man. You're not allowed to say that in the US. I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to say that anywhere. I'm pretty sure that's, you know. Which is fair. The last two things that are from the company not getting people to go, whatever reason, per performance, have to go through the legal system to fire them. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Like, I just feel like you could make, like, just a tiered... You could just make tiered protections. I mean, you have that in Europe and Germany too, right? I mean, you know, if it's a bigger company, then they should be able to do more. I get workers' rights, but people are shitheads. We abuse everything given to us. I think this, like, genuinely, this might be a little bit offensive, but I think that this is a US culture problem. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's a US culture problem. Like, I'm not saying that there aren't dickheads in Europe or Germany that are taking advantage of things given. Of course, that's the thing. But I think that it's a worldwide culture problem. Like, very few of the problems that you have described are things that I have ever encountered in my life, and or the people that have, like, that I know. But when you describe this, I for sure believe that could be the case. First time coming to the stream, big fan of your YouTube videos and courses. Hey, Zorko, thank you for joining and thank you for the kind words. Yeah, awesome. I don't know, man. We don't abuse that system. I don't know. As someone who is in the US and in the process of moving to Germany, hey, couldn't agree more with you. Definitely seems like the US culture problem. Maybe North America in general. Maybe, like I said, I don't know quite what it is. It might be like sort of because it's like very, very individualistic. Like, it's crazy individualistic in America. Like to such a degree. Correct me if I'm wrong, by the way. Like, genuinely. But isn't it so that when you are a lot of people, not everywhere, not everywhere. But isn't it so that when you're like 18, there's quite a few people in the US that are still like literally kicking their kids out because they're like, you need to get out into the fucking world. That is, I don't think that I've ever heard of this happening in Europe ever anywhere. That would be insane to me. My hot take, lazy people don't deserve their homes taken away from them. I don't think they need to take the homes away from them. I think it's I don't know. I don't think that there's an easy solution to things. The move out age varies greatly depending on state. That's fair. That's very fair. Maybe people are afraid of being arrested or for thinking differently or not what is the approved method. It's so crazy to me that simultaneously America can be so individualistic, which I think everyone would agree with, and at the same time unbelievably sort of homogenous in some of its like cultural application. Obviously there's tons of variation within states as well. I'm well aware of that, right? Like, that's not... I'm from Romania. Can I still join the courses for modding? Well, depends. So, like, depends on what you mean. So the obviously the YouTube videos should all be available. When it comes to the courses on my website, they should be buyable from anywhere. They are it shows USD, but it converts it over if you, let's say, buy it via a card and or PayPal in theory. I don't know if anyone asked this, but your opinion about what's happening with Bedrock Edition right now. The last two updates have a lot of bugs. If someone has asked, I just don't play Bedrock at all. I'm not, like, really interested in this. Hey, Count, I'm so glad I discovered you. I discovered you through the de-obfuscation video on YouTube. Been feeling pretty awful about modding and my own mods in recent years, but I'm happy to find a community again. Thank you for the content. Yay, let's go. Awesome to hear. Listen, I knew that the video was a great idea to make. Getting a lot of new people. Like, I got 51 subscribers for that video alone. Very good video for the channel, and also it's awesome. Also feel free. Does this work? And now we're gonna find something out. Exclamation mark Discord. Does this work? It does work. We also have a Discord if you want to join, of course, as per usual. Do read the rules, but there's another big community there that may or may not be interesting to you. You know, we got a help channels, we got all sorts of things there. I do need to maybe do a little bit more with a Discord, but listen, okay, I'm already doing too much. I have to straighten myself out a little bit, but yeah. I just found out that mods in Bedrock are developed using JavaScript. It's like a little bit different. So like add-ons are like JSON based, and then they have like a custom sort of, they have a custom scripting language in some capacity. Yeah, that's true. Interesting observation. Yeah. Yeah, well, it is what it is. The Discord was really helpful for modder support. Ah, nice. Awesome. Yeah, there you go. I'll go. All right, StudyCraft. Take care and have a good one out here. Yeah, I've really tried for the Discord. I think we're still doing pretty well. For the size, it's pretty crazy. I teach a lot of modding to people, especially people in college, and your tutorials and courses have been absolutely instrumental in adding quality supplementary materials. Nice. Especially the Discord. Yeah, the Discord is pretty freaking good. It's unbelievable as well, because I've not been able to really help out in the threads for a long time. But luckily we have so many people now that are helping. It's amazing. It just, at some point, it just became so much that like a single person is just impossible to do. It would be really nice if we could add some sort of reward system to it, but I don't know. It's really hard, because also it doesn't incentivize like quality, and then we would need to check that too. Well, I don't know. Did you hear about a game? I've not had the energy to help on the Discord like I used to. Listen, no one should ever like feel obligated to help on the Discord, obviously, right? That's not the point, right? If you can help and you want to help, then absolutely. I also always advocate, if you're starting to get, like, let's say annoyed or something like that, you can always disengage and not continue to help. It's at the end of the day, there are a lot of the same issues coming in over and over and over again. And I also do want to possibly make some sort of content for some of those. Burnout is real. That's true. Yeah, you gotta do that. I can't wait until I have the confidence to help. Listen, sometimes it's not about you don't need the confidence to start helping, but you need to start helping in order to build yourself the confidence. Okay, that's just the case. Sometimes that's also the case. Obviously, you shouldn't go in and help with like some rendering problem that's like super niche that you don't understand. That might be a little bit too much, but you know, hey, my textures don't work. Surely you can help with that. You know, there's only so many different things that it could be with textures not working. And I've seen every single, I'm telling you, every single issue. You don't understand, okay? When it comes to textures not working, you don't understand how much I've seen. I have seen the folder being inside of the resources folder. I've seen textures be called texture. I've seen block be called blocks. I've seen the individual these things not matching the JSON files. I've seen that. The craziest thing I've seen, which I think took me 3 hours to see, this was crazy, was I'm pretty sure the directory had a space in the front or the back or something like that. It might have been the name. Something like that. It doesn't work right here. It should work in Windows. There was a space somewhere. Obviously, like this is why I always check the distance between here. That was the craziest one I saw. That was the craziest one I saw. That was insane. Space in directory name. Yeah. It was in the directory name, and that was insane. That was crazy to me. I searched for that for so long, because you never check for that, and now I have like, it's just crazy. Are there Minecraft modding topics you find painful to tackle? So biomes and dimensions, I really, those are always really rough. Like biomes and dimensions, I always find them hard because biomes are just so complicated and they're so, I just really don't like them. You brought back the trauma from that. Okay, well, sorry for that. It's like, it is what it is. Anything else? Rendering isn't too bad, honestly. Like, I don't mind rendering that much, but it can be rough. But yeah. Thank you everyone for the warm welcome. I just kind of feel positively overwhelmed since I just rejoined the Fabric Discord and I left when Quilk forked, and I think my love for modding is waxing again. Waxing. Also rules read. Awesome. Yeah, I just always mention the rules because, like, listen, totally fine. But there are sometimes people who come in and they're like, the first thing I have to do is I have to DM Countendro, and I'm like, okay, maybe I should have mentioned about the rules, you know. I'm just saying. But yeah, before I really did not like networking. That was something I avoided for a long time. But it's just, listen, this is crazy. We're gonna do one more motivational Minecraft, motivational Monday topic over here. Okay, this goes back to when I told you about what was the topic that I had, like, I avoided in the beginning. It was arrays, right? This is when I started learning Java. I avoided arrays. Like, I didn't want to learn this. And it's like, that's never a thing to do. Never avoid, okay? Topics that you're, like, afraid of, right? Afraid of. But still, you should never avoid topics. Those are the topics that you need to get into, right? You need to go towards those, okay? Basically, what you should think about is you should go towards the topics that you are afraid of. And because those often reveal a certain thing. So for me, for a long time, in terms of modding, this was networking, okay? I didn't go into networking. There are a couple of reasons for it. Number one, like, in general, IT networking, right, is not a thing for me, right? Like, that's not a thing that I like to do. I don't like this. So there was, I think, a little bit of an association there, because obviously networking, IT networking makes sense why there's an association in my mind there, right? And number two, it looked complicated, right? It looked complicated. You know, you get things like the different threads, right? Threads, you have like the server and the client, right? You need to sort of understand how those interact with each other. You need to know where you're at, right? You need to know, okay, what am I going to do here? Like, what am I going to do here when I'm going to send something from the server to the client? What do I do on the client? What do I do on the server? Things like that. But if you should not avoid this, right? You should never avoid these topics. You should go towards them, especially if they're like, you know, if you're a little afraid of them and you're like, I don't want to do this. This is going to be hard. Yeah, listen, it is. But it's like, at the end of the day, it's only hard while you don't understand it, right? That's it. That's all that there is to it, right? It's only hard while you don't understand it. As soon as you understand it, it actually becomes easy. It sounds crazy, but it's true, right? So even something complicated can be quite easy once you understand the concepts behind it. So there you go. That's a good, listen, another good short. Am I farming shorts now? Why not? Listen, I would never do such a thing. It's difficult, don't avoid it. Instead, you should conquer it. Exactly. How long did you take to learn Java? I don't even know. It's so long ago, I don't even know. It's been a long time. I learned it in university, so it's a little bit different anyway, but I think you can get a good, obviously depends, but you can get a good sort of base in like a month or so, and then you should continue. If you do something small every day, then a month is gonna get you to sort of an adept status, to, like, you know, just start like doing something without looking everything up on a tutorial, and then just always keep learning, right? It's like the myth is like, listen, The myth of learning. Okay. Now, you might say, what are you talking about? The myth of learning. Obviously, you can learn something. Yes. Okay. But the issue is like, when, let's say, for example, you know, how long, now this is not an attack over here, but how long for Java? Okay. Now, how long do you need to learn Java? Okay. I mean, if you want my honest answer, right now, I would say 11 years and counting. Now, you might say, what are you talking about, Joe? What do you mean 11 years and counting? I have not learned everything that is included in Java. I don't know everything about Java. There's plenty of things I don't know. I can use Java. I can probably use it pretty well. Am I a Java expert? Let's not go into that topic again. Otherwise, the people who haven't studied, or like, you know, university versus self-study, are going to be really pissed again, because I'm going to say, oh, does it count when I have a computer science master's degree? Frick off. Anyway, I'm just joking. Anyway, but like, you know what I mean? It's a continuous thing, okay? Like, you continue to learn. Okay? This is not a, this is a process, okay? You don't arrive at a certain day and all of a sudden you're like, I have the answers of the universe have expanded upon me, right? My third eye has opened up and you know everything about this. No. I mean, at some point, they're going to release JDK 25, and then they're going to release JDK 26 and 27, and there's going to be new things added to those, and then you have to learn this as well, right? You never are going to arrive, and this shouldn't be a thing that demotivates you. It should be a thing that motivates you, because that means that you can always learn, and that means that, number one, you always have something to do. That's great, because having something to do rather than having nothing to do is always better. And also this is one of the greatest quotes that exists, okay? I really like this. I'm going to actually type this out because I think that that's going to be a bit better. And that quote is, this is by David Schwartz. The Power of Thinking Big is the name of the, where this is. Perfection is impossible. Therefore, now you're gonna be blown off, right? I'm gonna blow your mind. Therefore, improvement is always possible. Yes. Yes. This is what you need to think about, okay? That is what you need to really study and think about. You can never be perfect at anything, but you can always improve, because you can never be perfect, okay? The fastest time to run the 100-meter dash would be 0 seconds. Impossible. But 0.1 seconds faster? 0.01 seconds faster? Yes, always. That's always possible. Improvement is always possible. And that's what you should do. Your life should be always improving, never perfecting. Because perfection is not a thing. There you go. It's always about the process, never the result. The English word for learn is a Proto-Indo-European word for to be on a trail. Oh, I fucking love that. That's so damn good. Wow. Man, I love going into the root of the words and understanding what they actually mean. Because there's so much to garner from that. The root for to deserve. The root word for deserve is desservir, or to serve. So in order to deserve something, what you need to do is you need to serve, right? And in order to deserve the most, you need to be of the greatest service. There you go. The road doesn't end. We're on it for life. It's so true. It's actually so true, man. Genuinely just exactly like that. Well, awesome. There you go. All right, guys. I think we've sort of reached the end over here. And now you see the viewers immediately go down. It is what it is. I think I'm going to learn Java right now. Awesome. We'll be back next week again, Modding Monday, normal time. Yeah. And then hopefully at that point I have some stuff to announce. But right now I don't have anything. Can you show me the test payload class again? I can actually. Wait. Or make a GitHub repository. Thank you for the stream. Thank you for joining, everyone. I had an idea for the golems. I mean, I'm not really like... Right now, I'm not really looking at like going more into the golems. Because like the mod gem is done, so I don't know. Custom payload. This is not a custom class. This is from net. This is literally from net Minecraft package, because it shows up as an error. Well, if you're using a different, you might be using a different. This is the current version of your like fabric I'm using. I might have to update this. Otherwise, fabric docs. The true Emiram comes in here with a best one. Yeah, fabric docs has a networking page. Highly recommended to check that out. Awesome. Well, like I said, I will be back with more Modding Monday next week. Maybe we're gonna even do some more modding, man. Maybe we're even gonna do some more modding. Cause like at this point, I think it was fun. When will it be on GitHub? I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna do a gist for y'all. Okay? Maybe I'm gonna do a gist. But yeah. Until next time, stay awesome. Have a great rest of your evening, day, morning, whatever it might be. And until next Modding Monday.